this is really an idea. Like, people have bought into an idea. One day, 10 years ago, I woke up and I said, wow, I want to make clothes. Or maybe 12 years ago, I want to make clothes. Okay, cool. I met a guy, asked me what could I go, well, not a guy, I've been taught. He's like, yo, what are you going to call this thing? I said, Dead. And I kept working on the idea. And to have people working on an idea is much more deeper than it being a consumerism
I
thing.
understand.
And you're live on Dead Radio.
Welcome to another very special episode of Dead Radio with your boy Ini. And for the first time ever on Dead Radio, we have a repeat guest in the building. We're going to let our guest introduce himself, and then we're going to jump into his current life story. And you know how we do, extract those jewels for you guys to use in your everyday lives. So without further ado.
Hello. It's your main man, Bangy is there. And I am the visionary and creative director of Dead. Yeah, I think
love
that's
that.
the easiest way for me to explain it.
Who you are and what you do.
I guess. I don't do it all the time, so it's a bit of a...
It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one.
I hear you. How do you feel right now?
How do I feel?
I
I actually don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
You haven't thought about it?
No.
Think about it
Like,
right now.
I'm in the clouds.
Oh yeah, yesterday
Still.
was the show.
Yeah.
So are you in the clouds off of that?
Yes, because I still need to catch up to my brain.
I think the last time we spoke, right, on Dead Radio, it was pre-store.
Yeah,
And now it's
It's
post-store.
actually it was pre-everything. If you think about it.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
So I think the best place for us to start is the store, right?
Okay.
In my mind, I've always been thinking about brick and mortar versus online,
Yeah.
right? Because we're in a time where, like, you can just start a website.
Yeah.
AI can make you a website, and you don't need the overheads of having a store.
Okay.
So talk to me about your thinking coming to the point of, I need to open an actual store for Dead.
The thinking. So the thinking, it's quite interesting because I forgot the thinking, right? But I can kind of reverse and
Step
kind of
back.
understand where it was. So it wasn't necessarily an actual plan or a thought. I think what happened was we had a pop-up, and when we had this pop-up, I'm going to be very honest. When we had this pop-up, it felt or seemed like a pop-up for Dead is not exciting to the community anymore or to our community anymore because we had done it so many times. So we needed to think about the next move. We did know that there was people that were yearning to be part of the community. So that was a thought that I had that, okay, cool, this is what has happened. And the only next move after a pop-up is a brick and
The
mortar.
store. I get you.
There's nothing else. Like there's really nothing else. So if I reverse, that means now I'm biting less. If I go a bit too forward,
You're biting too much.
exactly. So the only next move, honestly speaking, was a store. So that was the thinking of like, okay, cool, this is dope. People came, but there is no excitement.
I get you. Like you've done the pop-ups for so long,
That's
and
so
it got you
exciting.
to a point, and you needed to switch the way you were moving
Yeah.
as a brand.
Yeah.
I understand. And now it's been a full 12 months or 14 months,
I think
18 months, something
like
like that.
counting stuff.
Yeah, I
counting
get you.
gives so much pressure. It's like if people ask me how old am I have to actually think about it.
I get you. I get you. Talk to me about just now understanding the mechanics of running an actual store, right? Like,
Yeah.
how have you? What have you learned? What have been the highs? What have been the lows of actually having a physical place?
I can't talk about the lows because I don't think about the lows. I know it sounds very philosophical.
11-11.
Oh, you know what I mean? But I don't think about the lows because of how my brain works. When I think about things, I delve into them.
Are you an optimist?
I'm a pessimistic optimist.
Ooh, that's the best combination. Yeah, because you're real about life, but also like
I'm delusional.
you're also delusional.
Yeah.
It's both of those.
Yeah.
I get you.
So yeah, I don't really think about the lows. The lows are definitely there, but I don't think about it because
Keep
I
it
want to
moving.
work past them very quickly. The highs is you get to understand who like is the community. Like, and I
get
don't
you.
like I know like yeah, you get to understand who is the community. You get to understand what your community actually wants. You get to understand what your community actually focuses on, which is data that you don't get online. Like you get to understand that the details that you focus on and the details that you see as well, your community sees it as well.
I get
And you
you.
get that data in real time, like when you're in the store and like you listen to the customer talking about the fabric. You listen to the customer talking about the attention to detail. You know, like these are things that you could think no one sees or no one appreciates,
Notice
but
that,
then like when you have a brick and mortar, you get all that data in real time.
I get you. And you're like, because I know you in real life, like you're very data driven. Like you like to reverse engineer data.
What do you mean by that?
Me and you have a lot of offline conversations just about different data points about society from the micro level, from dead radio stats behind the scenes
Yeah.
to like society and what how to interpret the data to understand what's going on in society on a
Okay.
macro level.
Okay.
So it makes sense what you're saying about the data's now realer
Yeah, it's
for
tangible.
you. It's more tangible.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. And then I want to jump into the fashion show yesterday.
Okay.
Incredible show.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I know you never take your flowers ever.
Yeah, because it's like, what is that?
Hilarious. But talk to me about the entire process of putting together a fashion show. This is the second fashion show of Dead, right?
Yeah.
And the collection was called Wind of Change.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the process of putting all of this together, and then we can talk about the collection.
Cool. First fashion show, or the first Sunday best. First Sunday best was a lot of work because the team that I had at the moment in time kind of ditched me like a day or two before the event. They basically tried to hold me ransom. Like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore, but if you want us to do it, we're gonna charge you A, B, C, D by the hour. And I was just like, fuck that. Like, I don't negotiate with terrorists. You know what I mean? So I was just like, fuck that. I'm gonna run this shit.
I get you.
And I got to talk to the people that I spoke to, and we did it. It was a lot of work, but I think it was not that much because we did it at Hallmark House. So a lot of the infrastructure aspect of it was already there. I just had to focus on the back end of it. So to a certain degree, it was complex, but much more easier to forget about.
Okay. The first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, I don't know how to think about the second one. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. When something is done, I'm like on to the next thing, right?
I get you.
But like, so how we did this is we looked at it from a very broad perspective. That, okay, cool. We've done a launch. We did the launch like this. The launch was just people in the store, sound, and beverages, right? It was a success. Then we did a product launch, people, sound, a beverage sponsor. Now we're doing a fashion show. It's people, sound, beverage sponsor, activation, clothes.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
It built up from the first
so now it's
one.
like, okay, we know how to do this. So now we're gonna take the same formula that we used to do this, to do that. But now just tweaking something more. Like we're just adding 2 more things that are a bit more complicated. But everything else that we did before that, we're keeping it exactly the same.
So basics, and then you build on top of
Yeah.
the basics.
So the promo, we did the same promo that we did how we did it before. The tickets release, RSVP, we did it exactly the same way we did it before. The store setup, we did it the exact same way we did it before. The team management, we did it the exact same way we did it before. The sponsor procurement, we did it the exact same way we did it before. And now all that was to figure out is the activation, because we haven't done that aspect of an activation. I have done the fashion show aspect of it, but not necessarily my team. But I have that knowledge. So even when I say building, it's just me integrating that way of thinking to my team, because I've done it before. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what the show is. So let's say now we've done it with the activation. So now the next one is now, okay, cool, we've done this. Now we can add this.
I get you.
Because we've already done this. So the next one, these have to be perfected now. Then this one can have its faults here and there. And then the next one after that, this won't have its faults. We bring in something extra.
I get you.
Yeah, so it's like building blocks.
I get you. And then talk to me about the name Wind of Change. Why Wind of Change? Because I know you're a very conceptual individual. And one
like
thing,
the people, dog.
this guy, dog, finesse. One thing that a lot of the community of Dead, right? Sometimes I feel like they don't get to understand in detail how you build a concept around product.
Okay.
So I want to talk about Wind of Change. Why Wind of Change? What does that even mean?
Wind of Change. So I spoke to, there's a specific meaning for Wind of Change, right? Before Wind of Change, the collection was called something else. I think it was called Art. What is it again? Life Imitates Art.
Okay.
That's what it was called before. Why? Is because a lot of the artworks that were used were imitations that we just happened to imitate in our way. So like the camouflage, the actual, out of the dead camo, the actual camouflage.
The camo on your jacket.
Yeah, out of this one. There was a shirt there that had like a camo without camo on top of it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that camo is actually the USA camo.
Yes.
Why I came up with that, or what is happening around the time, is because the USA and South Africa thing that was going on around that period of time. And in my head, I was like, I'm gonna take these niggas camo and make it our camo.
I get you.
Because
what are they gonna do? They can't stop you. Yeah.
Respectfully. But
that's too Trump.
So that was
that is too Trump.
I didn't say that. You might call me tomorrow coming with a tender. It's like, your guy on the podcast
what you
said, fuck me, I'm not giving you the $1 billion. I want that $1 billion.
Facts. Yo, Trump. Yo.
We want that $1 billion.
Send it over.
But yeah, so that's why it was called Life Imitates
Art. Okay.
But after a time of doing a bit more digging and watching a lot of things that I was watching around that point in time, because I study a lot of politics.
Yeah.
So around this period when I was doing this thing, I stumbled upon a very interesting speech by a British Prime Minister. I think it was in 1969. And the speech was called Wind of Change. And the speech was actually made for the apartheid government. I forgot what they called, the National Party.
Yeah, National Party.
And his speech was basically telling the National Party that the black majority is a force to be reckoned with. Or black independence is a force to be reckoned with. And because other countries on the continent were starting to get their liberation, like the
independence.
Yeah, the independence basically.
Yes, sir.
Just by virtue of what Napoleon did. It's a long, very story because everyone thinks a lot of countries got their independence through fighting, but some countries actually were given their independence due to Napoleon because Napoleon did so much damage to the black people that the international outcry happened. And when the international outcry happened, now colonizers started to leave Africa or were told to leave Africa.
I mean, it's debatable because they're still here, but that's another
Yeah,
conversation.
I mean, at that era,
Yes,
in that
of course,
era. So
of
they
course.
started to leave and they, like, in terms of slavery, the slavery aspect of it, let's put it like that. The slavery aspect of it, they started to leave. And it was happening at the top, but at the bottom very slowly. So that's why the British Prime Minister came to South Africa and he delivered the speech, and it was called The Wind of Change. And then furthermore, going deeper into it to have a much more conservative explanation of what wind of change means. Wind of change basically means a powerful force that has the power to change things. And I think that's what this collection is going to do, or rather not even the collection, but the event as a whole, as an independent brand or rather company, for us to do something of this nature. It's going to change something. It might not necessarily change something for the dead, but it's going to change something within the ecosystem that we exist in. So I think the title Wind of Change is perfectly fitting to this specific collection at this point in time.
I get you. So the collection is actually more than just the clothes. It's not about dead necessarily. It's about the larger ecosystem. Interesting. Fuck, that's incredible. Me and you were having a conversation.
Let me give you an example. It's like we're on a, I like analogies. It's like we're on a ship.
This guy loves analogies.
Yeah, because it's the easiest way to explain something to people, I guess.
Hilarious.
Even though they don't make sense sometimes, but it's like we're on a ship and it's sinking, and I grab that fire gun.
Yes.
And I shoot it up.
Yes.
I'm firing it, but it's not.
It's not just for
me.
you.
It's for everyone else on the ship.
I hear you.
That's actually a good analogy.
Yeah, that's a brilliant analogy. I won't lie. Yo, hit us up in the comments. That was actually a fire one. Me and you were having a conversation yesterday, and you said something so interesting to me that I want you to unpack, right?
Okay.
I think I asked you something about the dead, consumers, family,
community.
And you corrected me and said it's a community, right? Talk to me about why it's a community and not consumers.
I can't call it consumers because...
Or fans.
Or supporters, or whatever the case may be, because I can't call it supporters or fans, but a community, because this is bigger than this. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's bigger than dead.
Yes.
The house of dead.
Yes. And in a sense, this is really an idea. Like, people have bought into an idea. One day, 10 years ago, I woke up and I said, wow, I want to make clothes. Or maybe 12 years ago, I want to make clothes. Okay, cool. I met a guy, asked me what could I go, well, not a guy, I've been taught. He's like, yo, what are you going to call this thing? I said, dead. And I kept working on the idea. And to have people working on an idea is much more deeper than it being a consumerism thing.
I understand. It's not just a product.
Yeah, like it's an idea.
I understand. I think that...
Do you get what I mean?
As a fan of Dead, that makes sense as you're saying it, because it's not just clothes that are being made. And I think that radiates throughout the community of Dead. That it's not just t-shirts, pants, socks, caps, glasses. It's bigger than that.
The energy.
Yes. Which is, that's so abstract.
Yeah.
But
It sounds like we're talking crap. I won't lie.
But I get that, and I'm sure the community also gets that.
I hope.
Because I mean, even when I fell in love with the brand, like way back when you guys had like Dead Ice Cream and like that further like solidifies and crystallizes that it is more than just a fashion brand. And most fashion brands are just fashion brands. They make t-shirts and
I don't know.
I hear you. I completely hear you. Another thing, the first time we spoke, you didn't have watches. Now Dead makes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm 98% sure.
0.2%.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
That's a crazy stat, buddy.
But I'm pretty sure. Talk to me about the evolution of extending the product line and how it's been figuring out how to make watches.
The watch touch is a nice one because, or rather the watch question, because making the watches was like a very weird thing. I actually only made a watch because I had to sell my Apple Watch, like before everything was going on, before the watch, obviously. I had to sell my Apple Watch because I had to pay my assistant at the point in time.
Because of life.
Because of life, buddy. And the only way I could do it is sell my Apple Watch, but after selling the Apple Watch, there was a thing of, what watch am I gonna wear? I'm not really trying to wear anybody else's watch. So that's when it hit me that, oh shit, you can actually make a watch. But the weirdest part about it all, here's the really weird thing about it all, is that years ago, my mom used to give me watches because she used to work for a company that would give them gift bags for colognes, and some colognes would have promotional gifts where they have branded watches. So I'd always really have a watch. So that's where I actually learned how to fix watches. Like I can fix a battery, I can fix anything on a watch.
Interesting, okay.
Which is crazy. Like it only caught me later, like, oh shit, like, dude, I grew up having a watch on my wrist, like, jokes aside.
Okay. You've always been a watch guy.
Not even I've always been a watch guy. I just always had a watch because my mom gave me a watch. And it's like, why wouldn't I wear this watch?
I get you.
You know what I mean? So that's the weirdest part about it all. So even now, I can fix any watch. Even our watches. Like I do sometimes fix some customers' watches unless we outsource someone else to do it. But it's because I can figure them out. I can open up the back. I know how to change the battery. I know how to replace the battery. I know how to change the faces of the watches. I know how to take everything on the watch. I can really figure it out.
Yes,
because of that era, because I'd go to school, play soccer, the watch breaks, or it gets broken here, and now I need to go home. I still want to wear this watch tomorrow because I look so fly with school uniform with the watch.
I get you.
I need to fix this watch.
So that's how you learned how to fix. Okay.
Yeah. And then transition, fine, we make the watch, figure it out. Watch, weirdly enough, first product to really sell out. So probably like a month. Very, very, very first product to ever sell out. At that amount of units and that in that specific period of time, that was really the first product. With it being very organic. And then now learning watches. Now watching a lot of documentaries on watches, studying what it means to be a watch, studying what typical men wear when it's a watch, studying this, studying that, getting to understand what it means to wear a specific watch.
I get you.
Where you wear a specific watch.
Yes. So now you're learning the 360 of creating watches.
Yeah, because this is where we exist now. I can't get into a landscape that I don't understand the terrain. I need to know, I can't just be doing it because I feel like it. Like, I have to understand that, oh, we're doing this because it looks like this with that.
Did you know that that first watch was going to sell out?
No.
That's interesting. So you just created the watch and you're like, we'll see.
That's how it happens with every product. What do you mean?
That's interesting because now I want to jump into art versus commercialization,
Yeah.
right? Because now you own
Tough one.
a brick and mortar. You have overheads.
It's a tough one.
You have staff, right? And Dead,
Now we're a team.
now you have a team,
Yeah.
right? Now the responsibilities are even more on your shoulders, right?
On their shoulders.
Yes, but you as being at the top of the pyramid or at the bottom, whichever way you actually look at it,
Yeah.
right? And Dead used to create product, and once it sells out, it never
Comes back.
Comes back.
Yeah, we never restock.
But you've changed your perspective on that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about which is the art versus the commercialization, right? Because you run a business, and one of the things about running a business is that if you have a popular product, it would make sense to keep it in stock, right?
Debatable.
Debatable, but objectively, it's not debatable.
Look, here's the crux of the matter, right? The crux of the matter is, what does it actually mean to be commercial? What's the other one did you say?
Commercialization versus art.
Yeah, what does it mean to be commercial? What does it mean to be art? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's like 63 to 65 million people in South Africa, right? And commercialization to one person could be selling to 50 million people in South Africa. Commercialization, someone else could be selling to 600,000 people in South Africa. That's about 10% of that. And commercialization, someone else could be selling to 0.1% of that, which is still 60,000 people. Do you understand what I mean? So, like, what does it actually mean to be commercial?
Okay, on the most basic, the definition is about selling product.
Yes.
So those three people are selling commercial products.
Yes.
Because they're being exchanged for money.
Yes.
That's what commercialization means,
Okay.
right? Now, the reason I compared it or juxtaposed it against art is that art gets its value from
Being rare.
being rare.
Yeah.
Which is why I was talking about how Dead used to create.
Which is changing now, but yeah.
Yeah, which is changing, of
Yeah.
course. But I'm just trying to make it the most simple way so we can have this conversation, right?
Sorry, I'm a debater, you know.
This guy. But yeah, what changed for you mentally where you're like, actually, if a product sells out, I can remake it?
Yeah, what changes because you get to understand that it's bigger than you, number one. It's bigger than your views. And number two, that people catch on late.
In terms of product?
Yeah, people catch on late. So you could make a really dope product, but people only want it like a month or 2 or 3 later. And you could be standing very stern on your views that, yo, nah, this is never dropping. But like more people wanted it. You only sold like 20 pieces. Like I said, there's 63 million people in South Africa. 20 pieces, like that's not even a raindrop in the ocean.
Yeah,
bro.
literally. It's nothing.
Like that's
It's nothing.
nothing. You're not changing the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. That makes sense. And that also makes sense having the brick and mortar. Like, I think the community can see an X-ray vision into how you've been thinking and building, like, as you progress, right? And that makes perfect sense. As someone who studies society a lot, right?
You think I do that?
Yeah, because I know you in real life. We have debates about, like, everything and anything. Like,
Right, okay.
what's your perspective on fashion in South Africa in 2025? You study a lot of brands, figures, movements, and you reverse engineer a lot of things. So what's your perspective on the fashion scene in South Africa right now?
I'm going to be very diplomatic about my answer.
Of course. Of course. You're a politician. It only makes sense. You're a politician.
The fashion scene in South Africa is at a very good place.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that it's at a very good place because there's actually an appetite for it. There's an appetite. People actually want South African clothes, which was not a thing when I started. When I started, there were just some people that like what you do. But now there's actually an appetite from the masses. The masses actually want it. They actually want it. And maybe it's because they actually want it because it's also dope. But back then, even if it wasn't dope, they didn't want it. So the dopeness was never the issue.
I get
There was
you.
they just didn't see themselves wearing a South African brand. You get what I mean?
What changed though?
Socially. I think what changed socially is piano, or Amapiano for everybody. The reason why that possibly changed things is because, definitely changed things, is because there's always a domino effect on how cultures work, in my view, or rather my perspective, right? And in my perspective is that whenever there's one major culture shift, it always carries other things that are similar to that culture, right? Or kind of communicate the same thing. So Amapiano, arts and culture, it's a musical thing, and with it being a musical thing that's becoming very much international, rather global, there's other things that now people are starting to look into to fit to the specific South African thing. And with it being this South African thing, with what it fits is normally clothes, dance, hairstyles.
The lifestyle.
Lifestyle of it, which goes back to culture. You get what I mean? So I think that's what is changing. There's this one thing that is driving the vehicle, and it's picking up people on its way.
I hear that. Also the increase of internet usage, like
dance moves.
I understand.
People wearing this when they go out. Like it's really a domino effect.
I understand.
It's a domino effect.
I understand.
And that's why right now I think there's the greatest chance of people really being successful from a brand perspective if people really take it more seriously. And I'm not saying people should start now. You can if you want. It's just a lot of work.
Of course. Yeah.
Not for real. But there is very high potential right now. I think there's never been
a better chance.
There's never been such a high opportunity right now. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for years.
I understand.
But right now there is an appetite, and the appetite wants to be fed. If you take too long, it's too late. Yeah.
It's also 10 years of Dead officially, right?
Don't like counting years, but yes.
Yeah, you might not want to count the years, but the community is definitely counting the years. And it's important for you to count the years because if you're saying there's a huge opportunity for people to start brands right now, they need to understand that, especially in this era of quick blow-ups, viral sensations, that it actually does take a while to build a brand.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you 10 years later to still be working on this idea called Dead?
What does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean to you? I'm not talking about the number 10.
Yeah.
Just Because
Like
obviously
you've done this for so long.
You've done it
Why
for
are you
so
doing
long.
it for this
Why
long?
you still? Why didn't you give up when a lot of your peers gave up? Because 10 years is not a joke. Like that's an era. That's a generation.
It was a decade.
That's a decade.
Why didn't I give up? What else am I gonna do?
That's true. Imagine now Bangy works at like sports scene or something.
You never know, but I don't know.
I hear you.
But what else am I gonna do? That's number one. Number two, I've sacrificed a lot for this thing, man. Yeah, I've sacrificed a lot for this thing. Like this idea.
And you're still sacrificing.
Still. So I don't have the grounds or the opportunity not to keep going. Like I do think about not doing it a lot, but then one thing that always comes to my head is like, okay, then what are you gonna do? I left school to do this, like literally. Like I had to choose between making clothes for clients or going to a class that I needed for finals. And I didn't go to that class. I went to go make the clothes for the clients. You get what I mean? So
yes.
like what? Like I'm just.
This is plan A. There is no plan B.
Like I've just put so much on the line, bro. Like I put so much on the line that like I gotta give it my all. I gotta keep trying. I gotta keep going at it. So the reason why I don't really want to think about the time of it is because I think the minute you think about the time is when now you always attach it to other people, where they are when it took them the same time to do it. And obviously we know that all our journeys are not the same.
Yes.
So when we say 10 years, now I look at other people that have done it for 10 years and like, damn, are we really still doing the right thing? Because these guys got here in 10 years. We're not here, we've been doing this for 10 years. Is there really something here on my line to myself?
When you compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
But that's why they say comparison
It's a thief of joy.
the thief of joy.
It really is.
Because that's
It's human nature.
Yeah,
though.
but it is. It is. We all compare ourselves, especially in the world of masculinity. So much of that.
What do you mean by that?
In the world of men, in the world of masculinity, competition is like one of the pillars. Whether people will say that
or not,
it's a real thing.
Of course.
Right? But yeah, it's a tricky line to walk because comparing yourselves to other people is going to be like...
There's only one outcome.
Facts. Another thing that we didn't really touch on the last time me and you spoke was the styling element of Bangy.
Yeah.
Right? You style one of the biggest artists.
I don't really want to talk about it though.
You don't want to talk about it.
I can tell you why.
No, I don't want to talk about the person.
No, it's not about the person.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying it's not about the person, and the reason why I don't want to talk about it, is because it's not my selling point. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're selling a M3 and you want to talk about the exhaust, but what really sells the car is actually the drive. Do you get what I mean?
I kind of understand.
Like, it's not my selling point, so I don't even want it to be known in public domain because it's not something I will be doing.
So now,
at some point in time.
So now that's not even where I was taking that question.
Okay, cool.
If you just sat down and relaxed, you would let me get the question.
I was just making sure, buddy.
Nah, we're not. What I actually want to ask is, because it's another outlet for your creativity, right?
Yeah.
How does that alternative outlet feed into the main outlet? Like, do those two worlds exist?
I'm sorry, start your question again from the top.
You being a stylist, right? Yeah, you jumped the gun, this guy, dog. Yo.
I did.
You being a stylist, how does that feed into you being a creative visionary? Because I won't say a designer because you're more than that? Because Dead isn't a fashion brand.
Yeah, you could say, but yeah, you're right.
How does that thing, the styling, feed into the main thing? How you view clothes and the creation of clothes?
Okay. How it feeds into the same thing, it's actually quite interesting because I was talking to someone yesterday about it. When you style people, you start to understand a lot of things about clothes. You start to understand, like, even though you style yourself, but styling yourself obviously is much more easier than styling someone else.
Of course.
So when you style someone, you start to understand proportion, you start to understand more, because obviously to be a stylist, you need to know proportion. But you start to understand proportion more, you start to understand textures more, you start to understand clothes more, you start to understand the t-shirt cut more, you start to understand why that high-end brand is that price. Because obviously for that specific client, you get to buy these clothes. You get to actually feel them. You get to critique these clothes. You get to actually do like all these detailed searching. Now you start to understand that, oh, okay, so some of these brands, you actually aren't buying quality. Like that's not some of these brands' selling point. Like the selling point is the heritage and the craftsmanship. And the craftsmanship in terms of the cut, the silhouette, the prints used, and the overall look. And all of those things can exist without quality.
Okay. How do you measure quality in terms
Longevity.
of, okay, so washes.
Yeah. If I wash you a couple of times and you're not how you looked when you started or better, bad quality. So a lot of good high-end will age better.
The more, okay, over time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It just ages better.
And now that's one of the things that people who are just designers, they don't necessarily have that advantage, because now you get to deal in not just your own product, but like you said, luxury product.
Yeah.
So you can reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So you'll see a client buys this t-shirt costs like 12 grand.
Brilliant.
Style it the first time, find it's in a good condition. Style it second time, okay. After the sixth time, you can see the condition is not the one. So now you know that, okay, these guys are just selling the name.
I understand.
They're not selling you quality. They're not selling you cuts. They're not selling you...
It's just the name.
It's just the name. They're running with the name. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it's...
I get you. I get you. Because now you actually know what's great quality.
Somewhat.
Yes. I'm very sure of it.
Look, somewhat, because look, you start to understand that quality and heritage have to go hand in hand.
Quality and heritage.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the beginning, you can make mistakes. And that's why heritage brands will forever be heritage brands, because they made the mistakes 100 years ago.
Gucci, LV,
Those guys.
vibes, yeah.
They made mistakes 100 years ago. Okay? And with those 100 years, they made mistakes the first 5 years. They made mistakes the first 10 years. They made mistakes the first 20 years. They made mistakes the first 25 years. They made all these mistakes till now they know that, okay, a t-shirt like this, that's black with this cotton, you can wash it 100 times and it'll still look like this, because we've done it 90 years ago.
Yes.
So this is the fabric we should use. We're running this fabric forever. Do you get what I mean?
I get you. And only time can
time
teach you that.
Only. It's nothing else.
So South African brands actually need to get to the 100-year mark.
Somewhat.
Ideally.
Yeah, and the consumer needs to kind of understand that. The consumer needs to understand that it's all a test trial.
Yes.
It's like the Chinese cars coming to the country now. Yes. That's all a test trial.
I hear that.
They're trialing with you. You're gonna tell them, oh, this car didn't want to start one morning, the dash didn't want to switch on, the electronics was off. The next one is not gonna be like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then tomorrow you're gonna say, and cars even do that themselves. Because every car always has a common fault. And with each car, they keep producing better engines.
They fix that problem and then figure out the next.
Then there's a new problem. Yes, sir.
I get you. I completely hear that. So, I've met a lot of designers. I follow a lot of designers, but you're the first brand owner who I've ever come across who, from the time I found out about you and your brand, who wears their brand every single day. Guys in the comments can hit me up if there's another person that you know who does that, but you're the first and only person I know. Like I sat and I thought about it. I was like, no other brand owner wears their brand head to toe, Monday to Monday, 365. Where did that come from? I mean, today you're wearing a t-shirt that's not yours, but like that mentality, where does that come from and why?
I actually don't know. What do I mean by I don't know? Yeah.
It's very unique.
I don't know because in my brain, okay, let me put it like this before I lie.
Before I lie, yes, please don't lie to us,
Right?
sir.
When we started making clothes, I actually couldn't afford to buy clothes because I was putting every fucking cent back into making more clothes. Till it got to a point where I gotta look fly. What do you think I'm gonna wear? You know what I mean? And also at the point in time is if I think it's fly, I want it to get some type of visibility. So why not wear that? But in the beginning, it was really based on that. Like I couldn't afford to buy clothes. And I was making samples. So I could only wear the samples that
You made.
don't make the cut or the samples that I made. And that's why every sample has always been in my size. Because I'm not at a point where I want to buy other people's clothes. I'm not other people because I will buy South African brands' clothes, but I'm not at a point where I actually want to buy the brands that I actually want to buy. And till then, instead of kind of killing my pocket, I'd rather just buy the stuff that we making how we want them to be.
I get you.
So I'd rather just do that.
It came from necessity, and then it just became a part of who
became
you
a
are.
habit.
I get you. I get you.
Now there's just too much dead in my wardrobe. What can I do?
Yeah, what else can you do? But like it is a very unique, extremely unique. Like extremely
But it's nice
unique.
because you get to
I get
understand your
that.
products. Like you get someone that asks, yo, I watched this thing like this, and this happened. And I'll tell you, no.
I know
This
that.
happened because you did this. This happened because you put it in if anyone doesn't know, black clothes should not be dried in the sun. Ideally, black clothes should be air dried. So if you wash black clothes, hang them at night. Yeah, I know we are black people. We don't hang clothes at night. But they
That's
have
a
to be
key.
in the shade because the sun
It's gonna eat.
makes it dry and it takes the color out. Do you get what I mean? So stuff like that. So even with our t-shirts, when A, B, C, D, E, F, G happens, it's like, oh, crazy. I know that happened because I've been wearing that t-shirt 3 times a month or 4 times or 5 times or 6 times a month. And that's been happening to me too. So how do we fix that? So things like that. Yeah.
You become a guinea pig for it.
100%.
I get you.
That's why before anything drops, the sample that I live with every day, I sleep in it.
Wash it in the
Sleep
washing
with
machine.
it, I wake up in the morning, I wash it in the washing machine, put it in the sun, take it out the sun, do this, do that, do this, do this. I chill with it in the house, probably wear the same product for like 3 days straight just to see like what happens to this product. And then Now when I understand what happens to this product, now we work on what do we develop about this product. And if nothing happens, then okay, cool. Now we can produce this product. Maybe we can change some design elements of the product, but that's
The crux of
ideally
it.
what the train of thought is when I do an act like that.
Okay.
So it's all like a trial and error, really.
I hear that. Damn, this has been an interesting conversation for me, definitely. What does Bangy do to pour back into his creative water fountain that has nothing to do with what he does for a living? I know you read a lot of books, you watch
Somewhat. I wish I could read a bit more.
movies. What are the things that people will never actually know?
But I kind of hate
Bangy.
movies,
Interesting.
though. I like documentaries or biopics or just like real stuff.
life things.
Yeah, I don't like fairy tale things.
You're not a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, nah, dog. I'm telling you, someone flew from here to the top. I can't do that. I don't need nigga.
I
Like
hear
I like real things, but what fills into my creative cup? I think it's people watching, maybe. I don't know if that's even one because I think everybody does that, especially in this day and age. I like doing, I guess, childish things because I still want to like be really one with my child self. Because I'm just such much of a realist that sometimes like it steals the joy outside of my brain.
Of course.
So I like coloring books,
Dope.
building puzzles, doing Legos.
I get you.
Yeah, like just like doing very childish things.
Yeah, because you need both, right?
I think life is too hard. I mean, I can't say hard because what isn't hard? The life is just too challenging not to have something stupid to do.
I get you. Yeah, you need to be brilliant and an idiot at the same time.
Yeah,
That's life.
like damn yourself a bit, bro. But I do understand people that take life seriously. Shame. Like I do get them. Because damn, what a thing to exist in.
Crazy, right? Crazy. What's Bangy's last piece of advice to the dreamers out there? For someone who's been dreaming for 10 years plus,
Have I?
consistently moving forward, failing, getting up, learning new lessons, pivoting, changing your mind about what you were sure about, and just evolving. What's your last piece of advice?
I think my last piece is understanding, because I keep getting obviously new realizations almost every day, but it's understanding the most recent realization is that life is it's actually, everything is a gamble. Like every single thing in the world is a gamble. And what I mean by that is we're actually never sure about any outcome. You're not sure that the person you're with is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or they're capable to being the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You're not sure that someone that's your friend has the capabilities to actually be your friend. You're not sure that the company you work with is actually going to grow. You're not sure that the business that you've been working on for years is actually going to yield. So it's actually all a gamble.
Even walking out your house, you have no
You're
idea
not
if you're
sure that you're going to come back home. I know the world creates a facade that we are. There's this whole facade that makes us think that everything is set in stone. But the reality of it all, that it's actually not. Like we're actually not sure about any single thing. Like we're actually just people existing day by day.
Facts.
Like living hand to mouth.
Facts.
Ideally.
Facts.
So gamble, just make sure you have the better odds. It's all about odds.
I hear that. Someone's gonna actually hear that and go to Betway immediately.
I don't mean like that. Because, I mean, not to talk bad on them homies, but sorry, buddy, no, that's not the one. Like, it's real odds, but I think the minute you start to realize that is the minute you get to understand what it is. Because, I mean, I don't expect a lot of people to understand what I understand sometimes, because obviously I'm also starting to understand that people understand things based on different realities, if that makes sense.
Yes.
This happens to you, you learn this from that. But then, you start to understand a lot. Like, it's like being in a relationship, like running a company, having family, having friends. And then you start to see that, like, oh, damn, like, everybody wants a sure thing. But, like, the gamble is actually not, is you trusting your judgment of character to say that, okay, my judgment of character has been right this long and on these many people. Then that's what I mean by odds. So when it comes to this one person, from an odd perspective, I have a higher odd of choosing the correct person because of my
Experience.
my
Yeah,
data
the
analysis. You
The
know what I
data,
mean?
I get you.
Like, so it's a lot of those things. I have a lot of these conversations with people. It's like, yo, people date people, and everybody thinks that they should know that this person is the one off the bat. But you start to realize that that's actually not how life works. Like, you just have to trust that after a specific period of time, these are the people that you wanted to be around, and they have came to the party. So it's really all a gamble. It's actually all a gamble. Trusting your gut and knowing what you want, and being one with the world is what makes making those decisions easier. But it's all a gamble. It's all about your odds. It's like if you watch soccer and you gamble, you watch the soccer for so long that you know that today this team is beating that team for sure. Because the last 3 games that they watched, I'm not a sports guy, but the last 3 games that they watched, they won. Their form is on par. Blah blah blah. You see, that's all data. It's data analysis. That thing.
Even with all the data, life still has that X factor that you can never calculate.
Yeah.
But I completely hear you.
It's all about odds. You can never calculate, but the higher the odds, the higher the chance of winning. And that's what they say, calculated risk.
Yes,
The
yes,
calculated
yes,
risk, the
yes.
calculated and the risk is just based on data.
Yeah, on the data.
The patterns, the pattern recognition that, okay,
Recognition.
cool. Under these circumstances, this is what happens. And because this is what happens, I can't actually do that. Now it becomes a calculated risk.
Solve for X. I hear
much.
that, sir.
But not in the way we taught you.
Yeah.
In the other way.
The other, the other way. Yeah, I think we're cool. I think, is there anything that you'd like to touch on? I know I'm not going to ask you what's the future for Date, because I know you won't answer. You won't, everything will, you guys will find out when you guys find out. But, sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you, but there's something you just mentioned now. It's very interesting. I know I don't want to drag this, but the solve for X thing, because I talk to a lot of people and they always talk about how going to school didn't help them with this because they don't solve X in real life, and it's just like
They do.
they do.
It's the most important thing I learned in school. Solve for X.
And not in that way.
Yeah, not in, but it's
In that way.
It means that if you reverse engineer what that equation means, it's this plus this equals this.
Yeah.
So solve for this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's like one day I actually want to see if I can get my maths teacher to come on Dead Radio. Actually.
That would be sick.
Because
that would be sick.
There was a time when,
that would be sick.
Just before we finish, there was a time when we had the test, and around this period of time, I just wanted to prove a point. Because I just wanted to prove a point. Because I understood a lot of it, but I didn't really give it that much effort, honestly. But like, I just want to prove a point. So this one specific test, I was like, I'm gonna fuck this shit up. I'm fucking this shit up. I want to shock all these motherfuckers. Like, yo, this guy got this. That's what I did.
Hilarious. I hear
And
you.
that's what I did. But after that, literally went back to my habits.
To the default settings.
But yeah, like
that's a great lesson, though.
It is.
Because you are like, now I'm consciously.
Yeah, intention.
intention.
I'm all about intent.
I hear that. I
Yeah.
hear that, sir. Yeah. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with another episode of
Thank
Dead
you.
Radio.
For your guy, Bangy's dead. We're out. I'm closing it like it's my show.
We're gonna cut that part out completely. We're just gonna mute it. He's just gonna be doing this. Shout out.